Welcome to another episode of Backstage Showcase, where we dissect an individual component from one of our films. And today we are talking about Stiix. No, not the thing you pick up off the ground. I'm talking about the city of Stiix from Ninjago Visions of Memories. When I first envisioned Ninjago Visions of Memories, see what I did there, I wanted to have the film take place in a location from the Ninjago universe that is very much public, very much populated, so that even in the short time frame that the film runs at, I still wanted to have the stakes really high in that you're in this very public place. All these villains are being manifested in this very public place, so that there is a lot at stake here. There's like innocent lives at stake. And there were a lot of places to choose from, but I specifically chose the city of Stiix because of its very oriental style buildings. I had some reference to go with to help me envision and build the city for this film, specifically the set that is supposed to represent the city of Stiix. I know there's not a lot to it, but I use it to help dictate the building style for how the finished village would look. And some things I notice is that the studs are all exposed on the roofs, giving a very rugged, very weathered feel to it. One thing I deviated from in the that's in the set in order to go more towards what the show depicts is that in the set, as you can see here, the set looks very ghostly. It almost depicts Stiix as a ghost city, and I wanted to completely get away from that. So I completely changed the colors, I got rid of the ghost tonalities, and created something that looks like a truly authentic, livable fishing village. However, even though I was already building a city that was technically pre-existing because of the Ninjago TV show, I wanted to create buildings specifically for this film, so I drew up some thumbnails and some ideas of what the different buildings would end up looking like in order to give each building its own distinct silhouette, but at the same time, I need to make the buildings look like they all belong together. The final set itself is by no means the largest set we've ever built. That honor actually goes to downtown Xi'an from Secret of Marco Polo. However, this one is probably one of the most ambitious, using really intricate building techniques to really get those unique Oriental style facades, elevating pretty much the whole set in order to make it look like a pier. It's kind of similar to how the chamber that holds the golden dragon was done, except the main difference here was that it wasn't up as high, and I had to stabilize all of it in order so that I could animate without collapsing the set or anything like that. Like I mentioned before, each individual building has its own character, and actually when I was building the set, I was thinking to myself, what purpose would each of these buildings have in the actual city? So then I thought about these different ideas for different buildings I wanted to have, and then incorporated that into the set. So we have first this one with like a sort of open air interior that's very exposed. You can see inside the interior, though only low at the ground, and this is supposed to be a boat repair shop, so you can see the worker out front fixing someone's motor, or I should say a boat motor, yeah. And then right next to it we have the market. You can see all sorts of goods behind there. Again, open air, except this one it's much more open air, so you can very much see inside of it. You can see everything that's for sale. Wanted to get that open air inclusiveness of it. And then we have this third building here, this dark blue one. I don't really show on the outside what it's supposed to be, but I envision this being like a restaurant or a tea shop, something like that, something that serves food, more along the lines of a restaurant that could serve food to hungry fishermen at the end of the day. Throughout the nooks and crannies of this set, I hid in a ton of details because I really wanted to make this place feel lived in. So I put in all these details not only to make the buildings look weathered, but also like humorous little nods to other movies. Like, for example, right next to the boat repair shop, there is this little trash can right here, and sticking out of it is a gray parrot. It's a little hard to see in the movie, but this is actually a reference to the classic brick film The Citizen of the Year, which features in one of its more iconic scenes a trash can filled with parrots. While this trash can isn't nearly as full as the one in there, it's still a nice little humorous nod while blending in to the set's design. Most of the details, however, are just in there just to enliven the set rather than make a reference to something else. Like, for example, we have these light posts that are designed to look similar to paper lanterns. We also have a fisherman out in the water. He's got a ton of stuff in his net. He's got lots of fish. He's also got some trash that's been caught in there, some seaweed. Also got seaweed growing on the sides of the dock, got some tattered boards holding things together, and so forth and so forth. In general, this set I'm probably the most proud of all the sets that I've built for any of my films. I think that's part of that was because there was just this one set for this one film, and I wanted it to look its best, so I really, really focused on getting that set right, because there was a lot of time to get this film done, but it only needed to be, it could only be no more than a minute. So I knew that the animating process wouldn't take that long, so then I could compensate it by making a really, really nice and really detailed set, and I feel that it really paid off. And that concludes another episode of Backstage Showcase. Join me again, and maybe someone else, I'm not sure at the moment, but join me next time as I'll cover another specific topic. We'll have to wait and see what that topic is going to be, but until then, be sure to visit our website at mustachemaniacsfilmco.webs.com. Don't forget to also rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out our YouTube channel, our official wiki, our press room blog, and so forth and so forth. Thank you for watching, and join me next time.